Welcome back to another FPL video. Huge swings in blank game week 29. Some captain Chris Wood, some had Bruno Fernandes. In this video, I'll quickly take a look at blank game week 29, team selection for game week 30, and an update on the blanks and the doubles. I will make another video with more detailed information about the blanks and the doubles for the rest of the season, so make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that one. At the end of the video, I'll take a look at the watch list for game week 30 and, as always, the captain selection for the next game week. So let's have a look. $56 points for me and a decent green arrow finally. Was really excited watching the Man City game with Haaland as my captain as he scored early on. I had Marmouche as well. Assist and goal. Kind of disappointed in Guardiola. Of course, 1 point. Same goes for Williams. Areola 3 points. But on Sunday, Gabriel and Anderson both delivered a clean sheet. Neto, I was kind of surprised to see him start. He played 90 minutes in Europe 2 days before the Chelsea game, but he started, did not deliver, and picked up a yellow card, so 1 point for him. Other than that, an assist from Mbeumo and Jared Bowen, so a lot of decent, solid returns from my team. I did not have Bruno Fernandes and his 17 points, so that was kind of disappointing. In my game week 28 wildcard, I was really close to pick Bruno Fernandes instead of Mbeumo, but it is what it is, and hopefully Mbeumo can deliver in the next few game weeks. Tough fixtures for both him and Bruno, but I really believe that Mbeumo can deliver. Let's take a look at my game week 30 selection. I really like this team for game week 30. Hopefully there will be no injuries. There is an international break coming up and there will be FA Cup games as well. So a lot of football will be played before game week 30, 2 weeks away. But hopefully, as mentioned, we can avoid injuries. In goal, I will have Henderson. Really good fixture playing against Southampton. Guardiola at home against Leicester. Gabriel at home against Fulham. And Munoz, same as Henderson, playing against Southampton. In midfield, Kluivert, really good fixture playing at home against Ipswich. And Mbeumo against Newcastle. Eze against Southampton as well. I really like my triple up from Crystal Palace. Picked it on my game week 28 wildcard. Of course, the caveat is that I will not have an easy way to get in Mateta because I'm already tripled up on Crystal Palace assets, but hopefully Henderson, Munoz and Eze can deliver. Jared Bowen will play against Wolves, and up top Alexander Isak, Haaland and Marmouche. This means that Neto will be on my bench. Playing against Spurs, don't really see that he will continue starting up front for Chelsea. Haven't really worked out, so he might actually be benched. But let's wait and see what happens. But for now, he is a solid bench option for my team. At the moment, I have 2 free transfers. The goal is to save another and have 3 free transfers going into game week 31. There will be a double game week in game week 32 when Newcastle and Crystal Palace will have 2 fixtures. So I will aim to get in 1 or 2 more from Newcastle. But at the moment, I will have some more information in hand before making my moves. There will also be a big double game week in game week 33, and game week 34 will be a blank. So next up, I'll take a look at the expected blanks and doubles in the next few game weeks, and hopefully this will make it easier to make transfer decisions going forward. So on the left hand side, we have the FA Cup quarter-final draw. Fulham against Crystal Palace, Brighton against Nottingham Forest. Preston will play against Aston Villa and Bournemouth against Man City. So the thing is that the teams that win their fixture will have a blank in blank game week 34. So if Fulham beat Crystal Palace, the Southampton against Fulham game will be a blank in game week 34, and in consequence this game will be moved ahead and be played in double game week 33. So if Brighton beat Nottingham Forest, the game Brighton against West Ham will be a blank as well in blank game week 34, and they will double in game week 33. There is a really big chance that Aston Villa and Man City will have a double, because Aston Villa are huge favorites against Preston and Man City are favorites against Bournemouth as well. And as you can see, Man City and Aston Villa are playing against each other. So for this to be a blank and then be moved to a double in game week 33, we only need one of Aston Villa or Man City to win their quarterfinal. So a big chance that Man City and Aston Villa will have a double in double game week 33. I think that this also should have an impact on our future transfers, so I'll take a look at an updated watch list with those fixtures in mind. Before the next deadline, I'll also make a video with more detailed information about the blanks and the doubles, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're interested to watch that one as well. So this is the updated watch list. I've been talking about Crystal Palace assets for a couple of weeks now, and I think that this is the time to bring them in if you haven't done so already. Be aware that Mateta was injured, so he may actually be out for game week 30, so wait for more news about Mateta. But if he is clear to play in game week 30, I really like him as an asset at the moment. I don't like Nketiah. I think that Mateta is, if he can't play in game week 30, he will probably be ready for game week 31. So if you don't want to bring in Mateta, then I'll have a look at SA or Munoz. If you can't afford SA or want a bit more budget-friendly player, I think that Sar is a really good option as well. He actually has better stats when we consider expected goal involvement than SA, but I really like SA as a player, and he is on set pieces for Crystal Palace as well. A bonus with SA is that if Mateta is still out, SA is probably on penalties. But if you need a new player ahead of game week 30, I really recommend bringing in Crystal Palace assets. Another team I really like at the moment is Man City. They will play against Leicester at home in game week 30, then a derby against Man United in game week 31, and a home fixture against Crystal Palace in game week 32. The thing with Man City is that they most probably will have a double game week after the Crystal Palace game, so in game week 33, Man City, they will most likely have a double game week. So Leicester, Man United, Crystal Palace, and then a double game week. I think that this is the right time to start focusing on Man City assets. Haaland, he scored in blank game week 29, scored a penalty early on. I had him as my captain, so a bit disappointed that he didn't do more, but a return is a return, so a decent game week for the Haaland owners. Savinho as well, one of those players that keeps starting games for Man City, only priced at 6.2, so I think that he is a decent punt. Foden is also an option in midfield. We know what he can do, but he haven't been as solid as last season, so I think that at 6.2 Savinho is a really good punt. If you need a defender, I recommend Guardiola. He is an attacking threat, and he is the most nailed on player in Man City's defense. So Haaland, if you can't afford him, I also like Marmoush. He was actually benched in game week 28. It was kind of surprising seeing him benched, but he started in blank game week 29 and he looked really good in that game as well. So he will probably start more games going forward and he will get enough minutes to warrant his price tag. So Haaland is my first choice, but if you can't afford him, Marmoush is a decent option as well. This leads us to this watch list as well. If you need a new forward, Alexander Isak, he should be in our teams. Really good double game week 32 for Newcastle when they have a fixture at home against Man United and then at home against Crystal Palace. I might actually use my triple captain on Alexander Isak this game week if he's fit and in form. Before the double game week 32, they have a home fixture against Brentford and then they play against Leicester. So Alexander Isak, he should be your transfer target if you don't own him already. And if you really need a differential, Watkins should be considered as well. On penalties for Aston Villa now, they have a game against Brighton in game week 30. Then they play against Nottingham Forest at home. Southampton, a really good fixture in game week 32 before they most probably will have a double game week in game week 33. As mentioned, Aston Villa and Man City will most probably have a double in game week 33. I talked about Marmoush. He is an option if you can't afford Haaland. Haaland would be my first priority, but Marmoush is decent as mentioned. As I talked about in the team selection part, Southampton is by far the best fixture at the moment. Southampton playing against them in game week 30. As we can see on the screen, Southampton, they have kept 0 clean sheets, conceded 13 goals, 24 big chances and 32 shots on target. They're also worst when it comes to expected goals conceded with 11.03. So SA, actually the fixture makes him one of the best captain candidates, but can we really trust SA at the moment? Haven't really been delivering recently, and if Mateta is back, I think that he will be the main man and on penalties for Crystal Palace. So I will take a look at some other options as well. Kluivert from Bournemouth, one of those players that are on penalties, reasonably priced, well owned as well. I think that he probably is one of the best captain candidates for game week 30. When we take a look at the fixture playing against Ipswich, they have kept 0 clean sheets, conceded 12 goals, 11 big chances and 22 shots on target. They have an expected goals conceded of 7.21. So not that bad when we compare them to Southampton, but Ipswich, they are also one of the worst defensive teams at the moment. So captaining Kluivert could be a really good move in game week 30. Last out this time for me is Haaland. He will probably be my captain. He has the captain's armband at the moment. Playing against Leicester, 0 clean sheets for them as well. So actually a lot of good captain candidates this game week. Leicester have conceded 10 goals, 8 big chances and 20 shots on target, and they have an expected goals conceded of 5.53. So when we take a look at the expected goals, I think that Leicester maybe have been a bit unlucky, only have an expected goals conceded of 5.53, but they have actually conceded 10 goals. So maybe Leicester have been a bit unlucky, but Leicester, they're also one of the worst teams when we consider how many goals they score and how many goals they concede, especially for the last couple of months. Great start for Ruud van Nistelrooy, but after this, he has actually only won 1 game. It was against Spurs. Bit of luck in that game as well, and Spurs had a lot of injuries. So Leicester, definitely one of the teams we should target when we consider our captain. Let me know in the comments down below who will be your captain for game week 30.